Hello, everyone. Good morning. Hello. It's Monday morning. I hope all of you are doing well. I'm Sheldon Barlett Rumor, and this is it. Thank you so much for joining me each and every day at 11 o'clock Eastern. I provide your morning message with the hopes of encouraging all of you to find your voice, for you to tell your story, for you to no longer whisper your wishes, but for you to scream your dream. I'm the CEO and executive producer of This Is It Network. We connect remarkable women to inspiring stories, and we do that each and every day through our community, our content, and our real connection. Thank you so much for joining me. It has been a good weekend. I got a few things done that I thought weren't necessarily going to be on my list. Was good. And then transitioning, Sydney back to school and a number of different things. So I'm hoping that all things are well. Good morning, Lisa. How are you? I hope you guys had a great weekend and everybody is off and running on a happy Monday. I know that quite often Mondays can be one of those doomsday kind of scenarios where people are truly not looking forward to it. Me personally, I don't really mind a Monday. I do get the Sunday icks sometimes, which is kind of this overwhelming feeling when you're anticipating what Monday is going to bring and you're feeling very uncertain about it. So I don't think I had too many of those yesterday, but I'm happy to be here today nonetheless. Today we are talking about the discipline of sorts, the discipline that we need in order to be able to get to where it is that we want to be. And so many of us are kind of going with the flow because there's no other way to go in times like this, because we are living in a world of so many uncertainties. We don't know which way to go, which way to kind of make things make sense, how to stay within a rhythm. So for me, it's so important for us to find the discipline within this chaos, right? And find it within ourselves. While I was getting Sydney ready for school and getting her ready for this kind of new transition and this new normal or whatever is to be called, just trying to gain discipline within it. One of the things in which we were trying to do in a serious way during COVID, during quarantine, was finding discipline where discipline didn't live, right? It was trying to adhere to bedtime schedules, trying to adhere to dinner at a certain time, trying to adhere to, some sense of rules and regulations. So it didn't seem as if we were on vacation, right? In that space. So she gained a sense of discipline in what she was doing. So now that school is back in full effect, we didn't have to reinvent the wheel. The same thing happens with all of us. Discipline, whether it's about how often we work out and when we work out, whether it's, eating proper things or not eating proper things. The same thing happens for our businesses as well. Whether it's us adhering to a specific work schedule that works for us, it's us having our email blast go out every Monday, whether or not anybody reads it or not. It's about me showing up here at 11 o'clock Eastern, whether or not anybody tunes in or not. It's about the discipline in which you have for what it is that you want. And what does that look like and feel like, and who can really help you in making that make sense? Hey, Dana, how are you? What does that discipline look like? And if we don't adhere to a discipline, if we don't set forth what our day is going to look like, what our week's going to look like, what our month's going to look like, if we're not, steadfast in what that feels like, then people begin to not be able to rely on us either. And that is the last thing we want. We want people to rely on us as individuals, our brand, our business. They want to know that we're going to be there for them even when they're not there for us. There's a discipline to that rhythm. There's a discipline to making sure that if you have a brick and mortar, that all of your shelves are stocked and your employees are taken care of and your products are rolling out. There's a discipline to all of that. And I know that so often we're in a space where it's easy to be undisciplined based on everything that's going on in the world, based on every trial and tribulation that has hit us in 2020, based on lack of resources, lack of time, lack of. It's really easy for us to fall suit in the space of being or having a lack of discipline. And I really think that a part of what makes me, adhere to what it is that I'm doing is the fact that in some ways I'm disciplined, extremely disciplined in that way. I'm very self-motivated. I'm in that space. And I know some of you are not as self-motivated and some of you are not as disciplined. And so today, for those of you that are not, I want you to think about that. I want you to think about what that looks like. Certain things I'm more disciplined than others. Work, I'm more disciplined than working out. Let's be honest. Work, I'm more disciplined than eating well, right? There's certain, scenarios in our lives that we are disciplined, and then there's certain scenarios in our lives that we have a lack of discipline. But today it's really about, looking at what you are disciplined in and what that rhythm of your day, your week, your month looks like, and how you can really dive into adhering to a sense of discipline and what it is. And it's not necessarily to torture yourself, but because when you can rely on the functionality of your business, when you can rely on how your business is moving and how you are, the schedule that your business is creating, so can your consumers. So can your audience. They can begin to rely on what it is that you are doing and saying and when they can anticipate it. And believe me, it is the hardest for me, raise my hand, the hardest. It was hard for me to say, okay, what day of the week is this newsletter going out? And what is it going to say? And what is it even going to look like? And maybe nobody's going to read it and people are going to opt out of it. All of the things, right? All of the things that will help me in making the decision that discipline was not necessary, or that I was going to allow for it to be this loose goose thing. But truthfully, regardless of whether or not one person or 10,000 people listen to what it is that you're doing or adhere to it, it's the relying on the space. It's relying on the space. I know what works out best for me. I know that being disciplined helps me in staying focused, and therefore my discipline results in the discipline of the viewers that watch us, the remarkable women that participate. It's about having that discipline, not only for yourself, but so your customers and consumers and community can rely on you. So this week, it's about that discipline. It's about gaining that discipline. And I know that it's so difficult, and especially for me, and this is for Lisa, if you're still watching, this is a scenario. So last week, Sydney started virtual or social distancing dance classes. So I signed her up for as many dance classes as I could. And so I had originally put that Chell Chats were going to be on this opportunity for me to meet with the community online via Zoom every Wednesday evening. She signs up for her courses. There's one smack dab in the space. And so I want to be disciplined, and I've already said that Chell Chats are going to be Wednesday, and Wednesdays are going to be Chell Chats at 7 p.m. Eastern, and so on. But I'm dedicated and disciplined, non-business-wise, in making sure that she feels comfortable, that she feels safe, that mommy drops her off, that mommy picks her up. So I literally had to make a very, very hard decision to say Chell Chats are going to be on Thursdays now. Like up at night, Friday, up at night, worrying about it. Saturday, worrying about it. During the day, during my walk, I was worrying about it on Sunday. Is this fair? Is this fair? Is this part of discipline? Is it not? It's about understanding what that looks like. And so I made a conscious choice that it's going to now be Thursdays at 7 p.m. I know some people won't be able to go. I know that it's inconvenient to those people that have come, who came, Lisa, Beth, Jeff, who joined me last week. I'm hoping that Thursdays are just as good as Wednesdays could have been. But I need to gain some discipline in my life. And so I had made the commitment to my daughter. I had made the commitment that she's going to do these courses. I'd made the commitment that she's going to be able to figure it out. And so for me, I wanted just to keep moving in that direction. I wanted to gain some sense of discipline moving forward. I made a commitment. I'm disciplined in it. I'm ready to go. I'm doing my best, and so are all of you. We're going to gain discipline in what it is that we are doing. We're going to forgive ourselves for having to move things around. We're going to forgive ourselves for having to be inconvenient to as many people as we must be inconvenient, but we're also going to celebrate the fact that we are attempting to get ourselves into a rhythm. We are moving things around so we can really function in a better way, so we can begin to really be better at what it is that we're doing. And the only way to do that is to really thrive in the discipline of things. It's about making those things make sense. It's about battling with those things. It's about struggling. Thank you, Lisa. It's about, okay, what do I need to do, and how do I need to be able to make not only my personal, but my professional life work? What discipline works? Do I need to send 17 other emails, or do I need to go work out? Do I need to walk? Do I need to eat well? Do I need to be in a space? We have to begin to prioritize the things in which we are disciplined in and hold on and drive in those lanes as hard as we possibly can. I know that the times in which we are in are hard. I know that this is me. Good morning, Megan. This is me coming from a space of every day, and there's a different email from the school district who I know is trying very hard. It's me being able to negotiate and navigate what's going on with my friends and family and being able to look at that. And then on top of it, the clients and community in which I live to serve. It's me saying, okay, what does that look like? How can I be disciplined within it? How can I gain discipline within my health? How can I gain discipline within making sure that I have wellness? How can I gain discipline within my business? How can I gain discipline in the way in which I communicate with my friends and family? How can I bring discipline into my day-to-day? So I want you to think about that as today's morning message. I want you to understand and think about, are you a disciplined person? And in what way in your life are you disciplined? Is there a routine to your madness that you can adhere to personally? Is there a routine to your madness that your community or your clients can adhere to professionally? Is it a willy-nilly kind of situation, or is there something that people can actually hold on to, that they can count on, that they can tap into because they know that it will be there? They know that it's going to be reliable. Now, just like I've changed my Chell Chats on a weekly basis, there's room for adjustment. There's room for you to re-look and reevaluate things as they go, but the goal is for you to have intention within the commitment as you set it. You know, the goal is for there to be intention. When we originally created the Chell Chats on Wednesday, that was the intention. It was for it to be on Wednesday. Life happened to me. A decision needed to be made to me, for it, for my life, both personally and professionally. I made that, and now I'm disciplined in it. That's the goal. That's the goal. That's the goal. So what are you disciplined in? What does that discipline look like for all of you? What does that feel like for all of you? Is it a burden, or is it something that you are celebrating? Because I am personally celebrating the discipline of my life. I'm celebrating the rhythm in which I have given myself for my life, for my business. I'm excited to dive in to all the things that I've been afforded, all of the things and the motion that I've created, because I know that I have created a platform that all of the people that follow, fan, and like me can count on as well. And that I will do my best to adhere to the discipline in which I've created. What discipline have you created? What does that look like for all of you? Kind of check yourself today. Write it down. You know, I love to write things down. Write it down and give yourself a better understanding. What types of things? What are rhythmic within my week? What do I do on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays? What do I do at 7 o'clock each and every day? What does that look like for you? Because I am really thriving in the discipline that I've created for myself, even as I make adjustments and pivots based on what comes my way. So I want you guys to take a look, dive on in, see what that looks like. What is your discipline like today? As I encourage all of you to follow, fan, and like us. I come to you each and every morning for a little bit of a morning message. My goal is for you to find your voice and tell your story, for you to no longer whisper your wishes, but to in fact scream your dream. I want you to log on to thisisItTV.com as often as you possibly would like. We have a new Emmy blog that went up the other day, just a simple list of all the people who have won. I was so super excited about Schitt's Creek, one of my favorite shows. They did a really, really great job. Regina King also won for Watchmen. I love, love, love the Emmys. It's an opportunity for us to celebrate the work of so many talented people. So you can head over to thisisItTV.com and check out the link of all that won the most recent 2020 Emmy Awards. You could also follow, fan, and like us for a number of different really great pieces of content. This weekend, yesterday, we were celebrating with Riziri in Southern New Jersey that just opened their new salon and spa. It was so super fun. Shout out to Drew Davis and Drew Davis Beauty and Wellness for allowing us to be part of that. There's so many different things that are happening. If you have something happening that you'd like for us to share or you'd like for us to promote or get involved in, please let me know in the comments below or send us a direct message. Again, my goal is for all of you to no longer whisper your wishes, but to in fact scream your dream. Be kind to yourself, find your voice, and tell your story. I'll see you guys tomorrow at 11 o'clock Eastern. Bye-bye. Take care.